Okay, so this is a very impromptu, I guess behind the scenes video about the preparation for 24-hour movie marathon 9 Generations. So I've just decided this very minute to name it that. It's been in my head for a while, and the pieces are starting to kind of slot together now. It is currently 9:20, the night before starting Marathon 9. Connie's off for 3 days. I'm off for a week, but her 3 days are very set, so we have to be like razor sharp with the scheduling. Knowing me, we're going to fall somewhere. So I'm trying to like plan ahead to the point where even if we do slip up a little bit, it'll still be salvageable. 24 hours worth of movies, 3 days, 8 hours minimum per day. If we can break past 8 hours every day, that'll be a good thing. I would have liked to put this in the marathon itself, but I think that sometimes not everything needs to be in the marathon video, as people who have seen the 4th marathon will probably attest to, even though I quite like the intro to that one, which is very, very long and has nothing to do with the marathon for the most part. Anyway, just called my nan, so the plan I've had, the idea that I've had is to have members of my family involved, generations, and have different generations of my family join us for the films. We've had many guests over the years, the past 8 years of doing the 24-hour movie marathon, but they've been guests from further afield, filming their own cameos and things like that. This will be real, in-the-flesh guests. So my cousin Ben, I've spoken to, so he's like in his early 20s, so that's that generation. My nan is in her 70s, that's that generation. My sister's going to come over tomorrow night, and that's, you know, she's 10, so there's that generation. And hopefully I get some of my friends involved in a kind of prelude portion of the marathon. That'll be kind of my generation. I guess Connie is my generation, but you know, I'm trying to get kind of an interesting selection of guests. So my cousin Ben I spoke to today, he's going to come over on Monday in the afternoon. Fingers crossed I can get my dad involved, hopefully somehow, maybe with my brother Tommy as well. But my sister Millie is going to be at gym tomorrow, so we're going to try and figure out a timing for her to join at some point tomorrow. Just spoke to my nan, and I think I have the Blu-ray of the film we're going to watch at my nan's. We're going to go down to my nan and granddad's, and we're going to watch The Kid Brother, a silent film. Connie was like, will she watch a silent film? I was like, of course she will. And I just spoke to her on the phone, and she said, yeah, some of them are quite funny, so she seems up for that. I'll leave that one in for free. This is one of my very favourite silent films. I've not yet seen it on the Blu-ray. I will have to take down my region-free Blu-ray player, because this is a US Criterion, but I love this film so much. I hope my nan likes it. It'll be just intriguing in general to do a video with my nan. We'll see how that pans out. But it feels very all-go at the minute because of the guests thing, and it's kind of stressing Connie out a little bit, I think. But hopefully we'll kind of do 4 guests overall, 5 maybe. And then Tuesday, the 3rd day, will just be me and Connie. We can relax a bit more, and I'm sure at that point we'll be very tired of watching movies as well. We're also trying to figure out everything. I basically put together all the guidelines last night. Ryan Chataway kind of gave me the keys to the kingdom and said you can set the guidelines this year. The past few years I've been helping out with suggestions and stuff, and I think he's just a bit distracted at the moment, so I kind of brought together some ideas from Connie, some ideas of my own, used one of the classic guidelines from all of the marathons, which is watch a 3-hour film. That's the one I'm really struggling on right now, is what 3-hour film to watch that we haven't already watched and that I'd be interested in watching right now. So that'd be a tricky one, actually. There's a few guidelines I have in mind, some films and stuff, but we're going to kind of try and figure some out later on tonight, or very shortly tonight. I'm just about to now go to my stepmom's house, which is literally just down the road, 2 minutes. See my brother and sister, see if my brother's interested in doing a cameo kind of guest spot in this year's marathon. He played my younger version in Marathon 6. But he's like more of a, I don't know, he's a teenager now, you know, so it might be uncool for him to be in a YouTube video with his brother, I'm not sure. So I'll see what he thinks, if he's up for it. Millie will definitely be up for it, and so I'll speak to her about what kind of film she might want to watch, and then I'll call my dad, because I spoke to him a week ago. He took me to, he drove me to a shop far away, a big superstore, so I could do like a kind of big weekly shop, and I asked him if he'd be interested, and he said, yeah, okay, which is, you know, it's a very non-committal response, so we'll see with my dad. But anyway, so this is the opening preparations. I'll try and film a bit of me and Connie trying to decide on some of the other guideline picks, and this will be for the moment when this behind the scenes video is initially posted, it'll be a Patreon exclusive. So if you're watching that at this time, thank you for being a Patreon supporter, and I hope you enjoy this behind the scenes look at 24 Hour Movie Marathon 9. And I'm well aware of the fact that at the posting of this video, I've not released 24 Hour Movie Marathon Completing Carpenter, and I've not released 24 Hour Movie Marathon 8, The Last Marathon. So spoilers, it wasn't the last marathon. And yeah, I'm just really behind on stuff. But this is the time for us to do the marathon this year. So this is the 2020 24 Hour Movie Marathon, number 9, Generations. Let's do it. And yeah, so that's this section. Again, I feel like this is one video, but I need to realize I'm going to put a little bit more into this with me and Connie sitting down to pick some more guideline movies and then really try and plan everything out in the very short time we have. She only just got back from work recently. She's just gone out to get Chinese now for dinner, so it's all go, 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 and I have to get up early tomorrow morning, really early, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. Alright, so it is like 11 o'clock, night before marathon starts, and usually I like to...
Oh, 11 exactly. Like on the...
Usually I like it in the marathon where we're like trying to decide on things to watch and stuff, and the time is very of the essence, as I said in the previous clip, so we're going to try and...
It's going to be a lot tighter this year.
Yes, hopefully. Do I have my phone with me? Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. I think I have my phone somewhere. Where's my phone?
Do you want the guidelines or?
Yeah, if you got the guidelines. Yeah. So this came in the mail today, very handy with Prime.
See, you took that away from me. You wouldn't even give that to me. Oh wow!
Oh, that didn't hurt. Come on.
No, it didn't. I should say that.
Yeah.
Oh.
The other day, a package arrived. Oh, Lily's already getting cute. The camera's not going to be on you right now. The marathon doesn't start until tomorrow. So I ordered this with Prime yesterday because I just wanted a shiny new SD card, so I don't have to worry about deleting things off the current memory card. So this is a Marathon 9 only SD card, 128 gigabytes, only like £17. That's really cheap for 128 gigabyte.
That's because you're comparing it with when it used to be a lot more for a lot less.
Yeah. So that's that.
Is that a changing?
So one of the guidelines is big things have small beginnings. Watch a... Okay, thank you. Watch the debut film from an established director. So I pretty much decided on this without telling you. So I hope you'll like my pick. It is
Probably won't.
It is the film Brick. This is Rian Johnson's first film. It is a murder mystery. Joseph Gordon-Levitt stars in this, and it was very, very well received when it came out. I haven't seen it, and we'll talk about that more probably in the marathon.
You looked Japanese in that picture when you look like quick or without glasses.
Okay.
No, it did. It looked like, yeah.
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Yeah.
It's the hair and the glasses.
So you cool with that one?
I guess
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask what it's about properly.
Yeah, it's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Rian Johnson.
a detective movie. So.
Yeah, I like a good detective movie.
Yep. So.
I like Joseph, so.
So I'm just starting with the definite ones we've got. This one I showed earlier, The Kid Brother. That's the one we're going to watch with my nan tomorrow. So yeah, that's going to be the silent movie guideline.
A bit of tree climbing.
A little bit of tree climbing, yes. We're kicking off the marathon with our traditional Studio Ghibli start, which is Princess Mononoke. That's not a guideline, it's just something we've done for the past few years. Just decided, I didn't say this in the video, I did go see my sister and she wants to watch the film that I...
Oh, will this be the family member recommendation then?
I'm not, it could be, it actually could be, but I was thinking if my dad...
It should be that one, definitely, yeah. Because that would be, yeah, your dad's recommendation. Because we haven't seen it yet.
What?
If we're going to watch it with him.
Well, I'm not sure yet, so yeah, so this could be the recommendation for my sister, I guess, even though I got this for her for Christmas. We got it for her for Christmas. And she said, yeah, I can bring it over, and I'm like, it's okay, I already got it, because I have it on Blu-ray. She has it on DVD. It is Kiki's Delivery Service. We're actually doubling up on the Ghibli films this year. I kind of wanted to just do one every year until we've done all of them, but that's fine.
And we're going to have to watch it in English.
Oh, and we'll talk about that tomorrow, because there's a lot to go with that.
I think we have to do a separate one.
A separate one?
Because I might be using a word that she shouldn't be hearing when we're going to review the cats.
Okay. So that's
4.
the definite ones. So one of the guidelines is,
Alright.
I'm not sure about this one, I'm not sure. I think it would be good to research this a bit, maybe we can do that now. One of the guidelines is I'd like to thank the Academy, watch a film featuring an Oscar-winning performance, and I just grabbed this from my collection. It is the favourite.
You have wanting me to. You said that we were going to spoil about that.
That we're going to watch it soon, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
you said that we were going to watch it in the marathon.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you said you wanted me to
Did
watch
I?
it then.
I don't know.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Well, it's a maybe. Obviously, it has an Oscar-winning performance, but I think that's a maybe for that category. That I grabbed for something else. Right now, the one, I don't know if you want to double up on this one. It's the category nostalgia. Watch a film you haven't seen since childhood. Do you have one in mind for that?
No.
No. Okay, so I had quite.
Oh well. I guess.
You thinking of that stop motion film? Is it stop motion? Norwegian?
Oh, that would have been great, but I don't know if there's even a version out there with English subtitles.
Okay.
I was thinking
we'll look into it
about-
for next time, maybe.
I was thinking about the 2 dogs and the cats. Because I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
haven't seen that since I was a kid either. That could work, and
But
it's
the
on.
cat
It's
in
on.
the river will
Oh, I
make me
know.
die.
It's on Sky though, isn't it? So
I don't know.
I saw it on Sky like a
Did
week. Yeah, I actually saw it and was looking at it. Although it might be the original. I think there's 2 versions.
There are 2, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the first and the second one.
So the ones I picked up for the film I haven't seen since childhood, Drop Dead Fred. So
I haven't seen that in ages.
Oh, you've seen it before?
Isn't it the one where they're dragging around it? No, it's not.
No,
I thought it was the one where they're dragging around that dead guy.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't
so-
seen that since I was a kid.
Now I want to see that because I haven't seen it, and I know.
You haven't?
No.
Okay.
Maybe we should.
It's
see
not
if
really
we
a
can
kid's
find
movie, but I was a kid when I watched
No,
it.
yeah, well, this isn't a kids movie. This is like a movie that I watched as a kid where
He grew up with aliens, so don't get shocked.
the Rick Mayall in this film crawls underneath a woman's skirt, looks up and goes, "No panties, no panties." It's not a kids movie. It's a 15. No,
Could have been worse.
it's a 12. It could have been worse, but it's not a film I should have been watching at like 7 years old. That was one I had.
Shouldn't be watching Alien when you're 1.
Aliens. Weird Science was one. that
Aliens is scarier, so. So what? Oh, that's one of the. Okay.
Yeah, Weird Science. I haven't seen that since I was a teenager. The Addams Family. Love this film, but I really have a spotty memory on it. You'll know about it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
But you just not.
Several times. I just don't. I know that you love Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Etc. But it's to me it's. I don't know.
Really?
I don't feel like watching it.
That's alright, that's okay. I wasn't completely set on that one, but it's one. Now this is one I haven't seen since I was a kid. Oh my god, it's getting dust on it. Flight of the Navigator. Adore this film. This is one of my absolute favourite films as a kid.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, it's... I hope it holds up whenever I do end up watching it again, but that's definitely a potential one. But now you said Weekend at Bernie's. That's just one I've never seen, so I'd probably be more inclined to check it out. Or maybe we could do that for you and one for me if we have the time, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, and then of course we have the
The
cat and the dog thing as well. That's a
Sure.
possibility.
It's a
You
possibility.
did light up when I mentioned it, so.
That is true, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Wow, you whistled when you said true. How?
Now, I picked some for the 3-hour movie, and this is one that I was really like, what, did you see the...
Yes, what the title.
Okay, now this is a cheat, but I think you don't want to watch it anyway. It's Midsummer, which has the director's cut, which isn't 3 hours long, it's 2 hours and 50 minutes.
I think that should count.
Yeah. And I think last year it was watch a film 170 minutes or more.
Because it's
to
hard
allow
to find
for,
anything
yeah,
over
yeah.
180 now because we've kind of seen the main ones.
But I just did my film awards and I rated this film very...
Should have just watched the movie that you made me watch the other night without telling me it was 3 hours and then it
Magnolia,
was.
yeah,
Yes.
but I knew that was in the book and it needed its own big review, so I thought maybe not.
Could have just-
We could have, I know. So how do you feel about the director's cut of Midsummer? Do you think... I mean,
it's just because the stuff you told me, it just seems like...
it is a great film
like
though, so...
Appetizing. I don't know, maybe. It's
Maybe.
a maybe, because I wanted to see it when it came out, but when
Yeah.
you told me about it, it really put me off it.
It is,
so.
yeah, it is a very dark movie, but I really want to see it again.
And Swedes really aren't that crazy, so I think it kind of portrays Scandinavians in a wrong way.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, have you seen
I
that?
grew up in in Sweden. I never had a summer like that.
Have you seen that clip of Jimmy Fallon with RuPaul?
No.
It happened a couple of days ago where he's just like, yeah, it's a, you know, RuPaul. I don't know much about him, but he's a drag queen and everything.
Yeah.
So Jimmy Fallon's like, hey, look, you're on the cover of Vanity Fair. This is the first drag queen to be on the cover of Vanity Fair. And he goes, a drag queen?
A drag queen?
And Jimmy Fallon's like,
Oh no.
and he's like, a drag queen.
A drag queen.
And he's like, I'm the queen of drag. And Jimmy's like, oh, God.
I am the queen of drag.
And like you just see,
It's so easy to offend someone.
you see his life flashing before his eyes.
Yeah.
He even referenced it on the next show. He's like, yeah, I thought I was done. Why did I think of that? What were we talking about?
Scandinavian.
Oh yeah, you made a joke about them not being
way.
portrayed properly. Yeah, but it is a great film. Like, you know, Hereditary. Like, same director.
That's the thing. I think that's what put me off it. Because
Okay.
it had a good potential and then they just messed it up in the end. And then it just, like, to me, that just made the movie bad.
Okay.
Even though the first, 3/4
Yeah.
it was great. And then it's just
Yeah, the
like,
last 5 minutes of Hereditary were a little bit
a
underwhelming.
lot of the new horror movies are great in the beginning and then they have an ending where you just sat like, what were they thinking?
Yeah. The next one I have for 3-hour pick is The Right Stuff. Almost threw that into your half-eaten Chinese. What's not half-eaten? There's food in the bowl that would have got
It's
messy.
just onions left.
Onions left and a bit of rice.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because the onions were so scrambled in, I couldn't eat the rice. I was stuffed.
The Right Stuff. So this is over 3 hours. It's 3 hours and 10 minutes, and this is about the. It's an astronaut movie. It's got a great cast. I thought you'd be into this stuff. This is like, yeah, it's about the early journeys into space for Americans, and it is apparently a very, very great film.
Yeah, but we never went into space because the Earth is flat.
Well, we know that. I know. I mean, those are the facts. This is why the flat earthers are winning
We should
against
spend money
science.
going on holidays and stuff like that instead. Like.
So what, how are you feeling about that? It would be a slower movie, but I think.
Don't know. The last time we watched one of those,
Which was what?
I don't remember, but it was something astronaut-y. And then we watched the Apollo something documentary as well.
Apollo 11. That's
yeah,
very
but
different.
there was another astronaut one, but I don't remember what it was. But it was
First Man.
yeah,
With
that
Ryan
one
Gosling.
too, and then there was another one.
Okay.
So I think that the last 3 astronaut-related movies have been such big disappointments.
Okay.
It could redeem itself, but it's 3 hours.
I will say, I don't think it's about. I don't think there's like going into space stuff. It's like the training and the building of the program and everything. I think it's kind of like the.
Is it based on a true story?
Yeah,
or
oh,
is
it's completely.
Is it acting or is it documentary?
It's acting. It's not a documentary. It's got like Ed Harris. There's a great cast, and there's Dennis Quaid, Lance Henriksen, Sam Shepard. You don't know some of these names,
Don't
but
know any of them.
you'll recognize some of them whenever we do watch this because it is in the book. So we'll watch it at some point anyway. I did pick up Titanic. I don't feel like watching it in the marathon, but if it's like if bottom of the barrel, we can't decide on anything. It's there, I guess.
Anything to fall asleep to, just to have a little like power nap.
This one is
They're really 3 hours.
Titanic.
Yeah.
3 hours 10 minutes. Yeah.
Wow. It's such a rich journey. You forget about time. I thought it was 2 hours. I had no idea it was over 3 hours.
She's finally turning into a critic. It's such a rich journey.
It is. You're thinking, how long have I been on this boat? Hour and a half? Nope, 2.5, and then it goes down.
The next one is 2 hours and 59. I don't think you're going to be interested at all, but it is Casino, which is the Martin Scorsese film with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. I don't know much about the story, but it's in the vein of Goodfellas and so on, and I haven't seen it. I think it's in the book as well, but having come off watching The Irishman, I really want to watch this now with De Niro and Pacino, Sharon
It's a
Stone
3-hour
as
one
well.
as well.
It's 2 hours 59. I think that counts. I think that's
Oh, definite no.
Definite no.
God. As much as I like Pesci and De Niro, whenever they're in the movie together is mainly like mafia related and I just can't be bothered.
okay.
I had enough mafia last year with 2 of the Godfather movies, thank you.
Yeah, see, that's one that I was thinking with last year. Maybe we could do The Godfather Part 3 this year, but I think that maybe not.
I think that maybe not too.
Yeah, and it's not quite 3 hours either, and I don't know where else it would fit in, really, and I'm not dying to watch it again. It is a very good film, and it is nice to see the ending of the story and everything, but I think you need a refresher on the first two movies first, and we don't have time for that, so.
Definitely don't need a refresher. Why have I seen that cover like 1,000 times? Yeah. You had it out or something?
No, I haven't. Or maybe, I think I had it on...
I feel like I've seen that so many times.
I think I had it on display in Norway for quite a while, like years ago.
Maybe that's why.
A Touch of Zen. This is they call it a wuxia movie, I think, something like that. It's like, it's martial arts, Chinese. It is 3 hours on the dot, and it is in the book, and I've shown you a trailer for this, and the cinematography is stunning, and you said you could watch that.
Oh.
And so maybe that's one. I'd really like to watch this one, actually, because it's a bit of a different kind of film to go with. I think it would be nowhere near as dark as Midsummer, probably nowhere near as boring as The Right Stuff. But maybe
the Chinese title is, because I thought maybe that meant woman. But maybe
I don't know what the Chinese title is. A Touch of Zen, I don't know if it says on the back. But yeah, it's the cinematography is, modern wuxia films. Wuxia, that's a weird word. But this is 3 hours. Maybe you can have a look at the trailer again and see if you still want to. So that's the 3 hour pick. Now we have the double bill.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of ideas for this. So I'll show you some of them. The first one was to do 2 train movies, in which case I have The Girl on the Train, which is kind of like a thriller, Horror Express, which is like a kind of, I think it's a 70s.
I do like Emily Blunt.
It's like a 70s kind of, you got Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, horror movie on a train. I really want to see that. Runaway Train, which is an awesome 80s film. That really got in my ear there. And also...
That's usually where sound goes. It's so late. For me. This sounds interesting, but I would rather watch it together with Snowpiercer rather than these two.
Yeah. That's a possibility.
Because it's just because it's Emily Blunt, and if it's a thriller, then I'm happy. Have I not seen that before, though?
I haven't. It's a possibility. Another one that is, a weird one, but it's 2 Paul Newman movies.
Ooh, I like Paul Newman.
Harper and The Drowning Pool, I think it's called. These are 2 movies. He plays the same character as a detective. So I think the first one is like late 60s, and then the second one is like 70s when he's a bit older. All I know is they're detective movies and they star Paul Newman, so it would be a good double bill. I think they're both probably 2 hours and an hour and 40, but
I really wanted to watch Snowpiercer.
yeah, I think we'll watch Snowpiercer regardless, but I just thought that could fit into the double bill.
There's actual double bill here.
Yes.
That's going to be a no for me.
Oh.
Yeah, just because I don't want to watch the second one that you got under. I wouldn't mind the first one because it's been a while, but the second one, I feel like it's been on in the background in the past.
Wow,
like
okay.
The late past.
So, being a double bill as the bonus guideline, I thought a double Bill Murray could be fun. I mean, you kind of suggested that when you suggested the whole double bill thing.
Yeah, I just didn't
so
think that
I
you could
have
put those
here
out there.
Lost in Translation, Groundhog Day, and Ghostbusters 1 or 2.
Okay.
And then I also grabbed the Karate Kid trilogy. We could watch 2 and 3. We've already watched the first one in a marathon. That was just a random idea.
Yeah, but we recently watched all of them.
No, we watched all of them like 5 years ago.
That's recent.
Wow, okay. So,
I would rather, instead of Groundhog Day, definitely not Groundhog Day, I would rather watch Ghostbusters 1 or 2.
Now, I legitimately would love to do Groundhog Day and then Groundhog Day. I would be totally on board with that.
I know, but
if you won't watch it even once...
Groundhog Day to
then...
you is like Dirty Dancing for me, I think.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, I can have it on
Yep.
loopy.
Yep.
But there are more bills, so I mean we could just watch It's 1 too.
What?
Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, that'd be interesting to do different bills, I guess. Double
Yeah,
bill.
one bill, yeah. But I do like the train thing because it's a
Yeah, it'd be a cool one to do, wouldn't it? Like
yeah,
two
and
train
I'm
movies.
intrigued by Emily Blunt, and
Yeah.
then of course I want to watch Snowpiercer again. So
Yeah, and then the final one is that I could pick out was Disaster Movie,
yeah,
and this one is Force Majeure, which is a Swedish film, I think.
the one you wanted me to watch.
Yeah, but it's apparently a great film, and I just thought something a bit different than The Day After Tomorrow, which I love. I love that film. I love disaster movies.
I haven't seen 2012 in a while.
Yeah, I could watch that, but I don't love that one. I don't know. It's not the same
I
as.
thought you've been talking that up into the.
No, Day After Tomorrow is probably my favourite, I think. But
Yeah,
this is one I haven't seen. It's more of a different one. It's about a what do they call it? Not a landslide, avalanche. That takes place at a ski slope resort thing. A mountainside restaurant, an avalanche suddenly bears down on the happy diners.
Should watch Midsommar and then that one.
So how are you with that one as a disaster
That's
movie?
a definite maybe since it's in the marathon. It's
Yeah.
a good way to
push you to watch a film that you wouldn't ordinarily
I
watch.
think that if we're going to have a documentary, you should watch that climbing movie that I wanted you to watch.
Okay.
Ooh,
Maybe. I
okay,
really want to
sure.
force you to watch the Mr. Rogers documentary. You're
to
trying to get out of
away
it.
from Yeah.
I might use. No, it'd be too cruel. To use Shelby as leverage to say, well, you should.
No,
you should
I already
own
bought
it.
you pizza.
Okay, so
And she's fine. So.
doesn't
I don't
matter.
feel that
Doesn't
bad.
matter. Anyway, so right, so that's a maybe with that. So
Yeah, definite maybe.
a definite maybe. So right, what time is it? 11:20. We should be getting to bed pretty soon. Now, namesake, we don't have the one that has our name in it. So there's that.
I haven't done any research, so there's
No.
not a lot of characters named Connie. We just watched one though, but
Yeah. Well, I think
it's
if
more with Luke.
what we can do is get tomorrow sorted, and if we do finish around 10, then we can just quickly have a look on Netflix and all that, and figure out the last few. That's most of them.
God, I'm tired already.
You're tired already. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it is.
We haven't even started. I'm
This
just
is like
thinking,
bedtime
I
for
can't
you
wait
right now.
for this to finish. I know, but then again, the last couple of weeks I've done nothing but just watch Netflix anyway. It's just doing the talking in between. But if you set this up in the other room, get it all ready. Yeah, you're the one who said you want to have these lights, so there you go. Set it up in the other room and everything will be alright.
Okay. Got your drawing.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm getting up before you.
So we'll just stack these up against the wall, I guess, and see what happens. So yeah.
Depends how depressed I get.
Okay. So we're starting with Princess Mononoke, then we're doing Kid Brother, and then when we get back, we have to do one.
What about Cats? We're not doing that one then.
No, I don't want to do that in the marathon. I will watch it with you though.
And I have like 5 other movies lined up as well for you to watch, which you've been saying you were going to watch for 3 weeks.
Right, if we have time, I would love to do this. We've done it the past few years. I think last year you were a bit on it. But our personal pick, remember? Where we pick one and you have to watch it. I really love doing that. And last year you were struggling with one for me to watch. I think it was Hachi, wasn't it, that you forced me to watch?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we both cried.
Yeah.
He started laughing because he didn't want to cry, and I was like, "Why are you laughing?"
Oh, yeah,
And then he was
yeah,
crying actually.
Yeah. So try and think of one of those if we get the time to slot it in, because I love being surprised with something like that, because we have to plan, because these days our time is more limited than it was in the previous marathons and so on, and this is probably the most we've ever been limited, I think, because last year we both finished our jobs, I think.
Yeah, we were both.
Yeah, unemployed technically.
Yeah.
So.
No, not well. You weren't. No, you were. We were both unemployed.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
You didn't have the job set yet.
Well, I was still employed by Joe Blow, so that's a little bit different. But for the most part, day job wise, unemployed. So we need to be really quick with it and scheduled. Where was I going with this?
That's why we're picking the movies now.
Oh yeah. So because we're so strict and stuff, I always like in the marathon when it's a bit of a surprise where it's going. Like I don't quite know what's coming next, or there'll be a few surprises. So if we can have one that you pick that's like we just sit down and watch it, I'd love that.
Okay.
And I have one in mind for you. So yeah, we shall see.
He likes to take advantage of that.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
It's one of the only times I can.
Maybe
these
try
days.
and do it early so that I don't lose all will to live.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And
Which I usually do at the end of the marathon. I'm just like, I don't want to ever see a movie again. And then after a couple of days, like, I want to see that. It's like when we were in the cinema. If we watch 2 or 3 movies in a row, come back home, want to watch anything?
I know. Yeah.
What else are we gonna do?
Yeah. So that's just kind of Blu-rays that I've randomly picked off the shelf. I didn't really see anything else in my collection. I was like, oh, that could be good. I mean, there's a few, but you just got to try and stick with the guidelines. But we now have I'll talk about this in the marathon actually, how we got like Netflix and Sky now, and there's a lot of, I think Snowpiercer's on Prime, right? So we'll talk about that in the marathon. But that was the...
We have everything now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have Disney Plus when that comes out on the 24th of March.
I've read apparently that's...
$5.99
I read apparently the UK version isn't going to be very good. Like they don't have everything that America has, or something like that. I don't know how much truth there is in that, but that's what I've read. Anyway.
We'll see.
So this was the bonus behind the scenesy preview, which I don't think this would fit into the main marathon very nicely, time-wise. So it'll be its own separate special feature somewhere. On Patreon, actually, as I said, for the first little while. So thank you for watching this. Hope you enjoy the marathon whenever the hell that video comes out, because I'm still behind on the past 2 24-hour movie marathons in terms of editing and releasing them. And that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
Alright. Let's go for it.
Definite no